The seventh seal is unique in that it is subdivided into 7 trumpets, and the last 3 of the trumpets are described as the 3 woes. The first 6 seals, as we have seen, clearly described the rise and fall of the pagan Roman Empire as judgment for the slaughter of millions of Torah-observant Nazarenes. Now we shall see that the opening of the 7th seal by Yeshua actually represents the 7 angels who will blow the 7 trumpets. And again, this continues to show the order in which the prophecies were written, is the order the judgments will be fulfilled on the earth against the governments and the people that make up the Babylonian harlot system, who persecute and murdered Father's chosen covenant people, Israel. We will now begin to see that the first 4 trumpets of the 7th seal will describe the judgments against the Western Roman Empire by the 4 great invasions of the Visigoths, the Vandals, the Huns, and finally Odoacer, king of the Heruli and the Western Goths, who finally conquered Rome in 476 A.D. and brought the 1200-year reign of the Western Empire of Rome to an end. This was the area from which the future 10 kingdoms, symbolized in Daniel's vision as the 10 horns on the beast and 10 toes on the feet of the metallic image, would emerge. These first 4 trumpet judgments range from approximately 395 to 476 A.D. Let us begin by reading Revelation 8. And when he had opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before Elohim, and to them were given 7 trumpets. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having the golden censer, and there was given to him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar, which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before Elohim out of the angel's hand. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire off the altar and cast it into the earth. And there was voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And the 7 angels which had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. The fact that these angels are equipped with trumpets is a clear indication that their work would be one of retributive judgment by war. For trumpets were always blown to sound an alarm or to pronounce judgment upon a wicked city or nation. Furthermore, the symbols used in the verses, voices, thunderings, lightnings, and an earthquake, all indicate a violent judgment and collapse in the making upon the Western Roman Empire. There was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. The word heaven in this instance is not the dwelling place of Yahuwah, but rather the heaven of political authority ruling the Roman Empire. For between the violent cataclysmic scenes of the 6th seal, which had brought the fall of pagan Rome, and the heralding in of the new state religion by Constantine, called Christianity, there was a short season of peace brought by Constantine's Edict of Milan. The Greek word translated into half hour is made up of 2 Greek words, hemisu, meaning half, and hora, which can be translated to mean hour, season, day, or short time. Bottom line, the time referred to was a brief interlude of peace following the Edict of Milan in 313 A.D., when persecution ceased after the destruction of pagan Rome. However, it was during this very brief period of silence in heaven when Constantine's Catholic Church began to enjoy popularity among the pagans that apostasy took root and persecution raised its ugly head in Rome against all the apostolic Torah-observant congregations who refused to abandon the Torah and practiced the seventh-day Sabbath and the biblical feast, such as Passover, which would put them in direct conflict with Rome's state religion, the new Roman Catholic Church, who observed Sunday as their day of rest, and the ancient pagan fertility celebrations of Astarte or Easter to honor the Messiah for his death and resurrection. Those millions of Gentiles returning to their covenant faith through the atoning blood of Yeshua, who made up the house of Israel and who practiced the Torah observant lifestyle, were now labeled by the bishops of Rome as Judaizers who wanted to separate Jew from Gentile. Most historians agree the parting of ways and the ending of Rome's tolerance actually began just 12 years later after the signing of the Edict of Milan, when in 325 A.D. at Constantine's Council of Nicaea, where the council ruled against Judaizing and set the date for Easter. From the writings of Eusebius, we also have the result of Constantine's edict in 321 AD, which clearly shows that all things that were considered the duties or laws in the Torah concerning Sabbath were transferred by Constantine to Sunday, meaning Sunday became the day of rest. But it was at the Council of Laodicea at Phrygia in 364 AD that church doctrine was created that changed resting on the Sabbath to resting on Sunday. And anyone resting on Sabbath was committing a sin and would be excommunicated. Most people don't know that the Apostle Paul's epistles to the Romans, the book called Ephesians and Philippians that are in our Bibles today, were banned at the Council of Laodicea. Books like Revelation show up early in the 1st through the 3rd century, only to disappear during the medieval period of the 4th through the 15th century, and then return with the Protestant Reformation in the 15th century. It is astonishing when you study Roman Catholic Church history how often our modern books were missing. You have to ask, just what were the early bishops of Rome, which became the apostate Catholic Church, trying so desperately to hide? The surprising conclusion is that our Bibles today are restored from a period of censorship that arose in the 4th century and continued off and on until the Protestant Reformation. What Rome was doing was taking the many pagan practices of many religions and combining them together to create a hybrid state religion for Rome that came to be known as Christianity. The religious freedoms granted by the Edict of Milan quickly eroded, which led to the persecution of those following the one true apostolic faith. It is the prayers of these persecuted believers that the angel receiving much incense placed upon the golden altar before the throne, and the answer of their prayers was the calling forth of the 7 angels with their trumpets of judgment, as we will see. Is it any wonder why Rome was about to be judged by the Almighty? I'm Bill Sanford, trying to put the book of Revelation in proper perspective in our day.